is going to be her 6th time representing San Antonio. Woo!
That it makes me sound incredibly old. Woo! Go team. I am old enough to drink, but I'm not old enough to rent a car, so if that helps. Yeah, I'm just a baby. I can't rent no car. All right. So I'm just gonna do a couple pieces tonight, just because I feel the groove. And plus, when Vocab was doing her thing earlier, I heard the echoes over yonder. So I was like, I wonder how my echoes will sound. Echo.
Oh, echo effect.
Yeah. But it's based on a true story. I will not write poetry when the teacher is talking. I will not write poetry when the teacher is talking. I will not write poetry when the teacher is talking. Standard white chalk on classic blackboard squeaks cliches and pointless punishments. Write it over and over, Amanda, to make sure you don't forget. She wants me to measure the perimeter of the blackboard, do the math, find its area, and fill it tight with my new imposed credo. I will not write poetry when the teacher is talking. Fill it so I can't tell if the board was black or white to begin with. And I can't even get away with the occasional large writing. Do the math, she says. I was sure it was discreet, but I mean, how discreet can large, bold print be among small, meticulous letters? Maybe I'll steal her glasses when she's not looking. Better yet, when she is, for she won't much be able to see anyway. I'll flail them like lassos in circles above my head as I prance between the desk rows, pounce happy from one desktop to another, tear the blackboard to the floor, nail erasers to the bottoms of my shoes, and moonwalk the area of the blackboard, smearing Miss Jones's sacred philosophy to a dusty gray epiphany of tainted alphabet, all the while still flailing her spectacles in the air. Say, Miss Jones, you do a great zombie walk. Claim, Miss Jones, I've never really been too fond of charades, though I do love the game. I know you can't see, Miss Jones, but pray you say, how is that any different from before? For can't you see that I should instead be writing poetry because the teacher is talking? Have you learned nothing from the lectures you preach day after day, you anti-Emersonian fool? For can't you see that it's when the teacher was talking that a young Martin Luther King dozed off into his REM cycle just to be rudely awakened by the bell seconds later, and it was then that he realized that he had a dream. Don't you know that it's when the teacher was talking that Newton himself gazed out the window just in time to see a leaf fall off its branch? And well, after recess that day is when Newton brought the teacher that apple. You see, it's when the teacher was talking, I thought I could write history like it was an original idea, but now you're just asking me to repeat myself, Can't you see my confusion when for so long you taught us to stay inside the lines, just to tell us years later that we must think outside the box? You tell us to come to class prepared, though only as a test it seems, now demanding put your pencils down and pick up the chalk. I will not write poetry when the teacher is talking. I will not write. Now we're not supposed to argue both sides in an essay, but when you taught us to share, were you not referring to our ideas and all viewpoints as well? In first grade, my teacher got mad at me for putting black in my rainbow, and I had to start all over. You tell us to be blind to color, but we were trained to look at a group of things, and now it's a measure of your IQ if you can tell which one doesn't belong. But what if we all do? Red Rover, let anyone who wants to come over, except for those who bear arms, except for those with bare arms, dangerous amoebas or dry Play-Doh. For we shan't kick poets out of the Republic, but rather kick them in to the public. You won't need much aim for that, Miss Jones. Miss Jones? Miss Jones! Now, I know I'm not the teacher, but it is rather rude to be over there writing while I'm talking. Thank you. And like I said, it is based on a true story. I think I was reading R.L. Stein one time, and the science teacher took it away because I wasn't answering the questions about chlorophyll or something. She was like, no more R.L. Stein for you. I showed her. Her name was Miss Walker. I'm not too sure how it all began, but I'm tempted to start with Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time, someone rested on the 7th day when he saw that it was good. A little bit later, he asked this guy to build a boat for 50 feet long and 75 high, and on it he said to take pairs of the creatures whom he saw to be good, one he, another she, so that they might procreate when all others go undersea. For 40 days and for 40 nights, he said, was as long as it would be before the sun shone his face and the flood there then recede. This all be logistics in the tale, while the protagonist of the tale was just on board, aboard and wagging her tail. She's majestic, it seems, and even now we know her tale. It's lived on somehow through centuries, and her name we ladies have adopted on our knees. Bitch was the name of that ill-mannered dog, the only female on board of her breed, a female dog, so to speak. Yes, a bitch. She is the one from whence came this term, once insulting and rude, has now acquired a friendly nature about it, i.e., hey, bitch, or you're such a crazy bitch, to which girls now reply, thank you, or any forms of it, including nah, you think, or thanks, I've cut down on carbs. Bitch is a compliment, a dozen roses, a box of chocolates, a Hallmark card that sings a song when you open it. Bitch is a surprise party now, a term of endearment. I now pronounce you husband and bitch. You may now kiss the bitch. Sprinkle rice and release doves to the proclamation of terms like bitch, slut, twat, pussy, meow. And I most despised of them all, a four-letter word, quick and precise, one syllable, cunt. So piercing, so definitive with that sharp sound of a T there, cunt. Not to mention the cuh with which it begins, cunt. Then if you enunciate each as equally as the other, cunt. And ouch, doesn't that hurt? It's chalkboard on nails, it's suicidal glass windows going boom, it's sharp or flat, or it just can't sing, cunt. That was a good echo. But we must overcome the cacophony. Have no shame. We must embrace the word. Use it to empower ourselves. Pluck it straight from the tree. Pluck it and we'll just put it in your tool belt. Along with bitch, slut, and whore. Just put it in your tool belt. It is your new flathead driver. It is your nifty Phillips driver. You are inevitably screwed. Original sin is a bitch, period. And I try to forget it, but there's this constant fucking monthly reminder I can't escape. Why? A period. So imperative, so declarative. No, forget that. I want to be an exclamation point. No, a colon or something like it. A semicolon. I'm the undiscovered punctuation, logician's pine and lose sleep over thou can't understand me. Remove your sandals. I am an idiom. And even if I had rules, no matter how ferociously instilled, there would be an exception. I am I before E. I am DC, concierge, receipt. I don't even know anymore. I'm after C, bitches. So gather round queens and cunts, pussies, wenches, and whores. Gather two of your kind and build yourself a boat for 50 feet long and 75 high. Wait for the rains to set you afloat, and I'll see you in 40 days and 40 nights. Thank you. I forgot to give a warning for the kiddos in that one, so I do apologize. But thank you all very much.